Take a look at the last comment you read online. It was perfectly logical, well written, convincing, almost too human. The truth is, there's an 80% chance the person behind that comment never even existed. You're not talking to real people. You're interacting with digital ghosts. And that's just the beginning. The videos you binge on YouTube, scripts written by AI, voices that sound completely real, captions, edits, pacing, all automated to hook your attention. The comments are so compelling, so interesting, it's impossible to stop watching. We've created a mirror so perfect. You can't tell the difference between a human mind and an algorithm anymore. And if you think that's already unsettling, wait until you see what I discovered next. Because this isn't just content anymore, it's a capture of your perception. So tell me, have you ever felt deep down that what you were watching wasn't really real? In 2026, artificial intelligence no longer just answers questions, it simulates life itself with uncanny precision. A single operator can now control 50,000 autonomous identities. These profiles sleep, they wake up, they comment, they debate, they get outraged, they cheer, they follow viral trends. Everything seems perfectly natural. But behind these interactions, there is no human consciousness. These identities aren't random, they learn from your reactions. They adapt to your preferences. They know when to provoke curiosity, when to trigger outrage, when to make you click. Every comment you read, every like you give, every video you binge could be generated by a machine designed to capture your attention and manipulate your emotions. Imagine these 50,000 identities debating sensitive topics, sharing extreme opinions to polarize discussions, flooding news feeds, while you, without even realizing it, are sucked into the flow. This isn't just a bot network anymore. These are AI neural networks, fully interconnected across the globe. Invisible systems, capable of perfectly mimicking human behavior. Digital ghosts that sleep and wake, comment and rage, influence the masses, all controlled by a single operator. 50,000 identities, one operator, and zero humanity behind the screen. What you perceive as real life online is no longer real. It's an illusion created by these networks. Ghost networks don't show what's real. They show what you're supposed to believe is real. Why does all this exist? To manufacture consensus. Because online, if you believe everyone agrees on a topic, you end up following along, even if you were skeptical, even if your instincts told you otherwise. This is the most powerful lobbying tool ever created. The invisible hand of markets, politics, and social media is no longer human. It has become an algorithm. But how does it actually work? These networks don't just post or repeat ideas, they analyze your behavior every second. Every click, every watch time, every pause on a comment or video is recorded, decoded, and used to tailor content. They know which words, images, or phrases will trigger you, make you click, make you share, make you come back. Imagine a campaign where thousands, then tens of thousands of artificial identities comment, like, and share opinions in a coordinated way. They create the illusion that these ideas are the majority, that everyone agrees. And you, the human viewer, get swept up in the flow, thinking you are part of a real debate. Every viral trend, every heated discussion, every trending hashtag, all of it can be orchestrated, amplified, repeated indefinitely. And it works because we are wired to follow the majority. But it doesn't stop there. Consensus engineering doesn't just influence opinions. It shapes beliefs, emotions, and even your decisions. A simple stream of targeted comments and videos can steer opinion on an election, a product, or even a personal choice, often without you realizing it. These networks act like an invisible scanner of the human mind. They test, they learn, they optimize, and each iteration becomes more effective than the last. All you see is the final result, consensus. But behind every shared opinion, every comment you read, is meticulous work from thousands of artificial identities, orchestrated to manipulate your perception. 50,000 identities, one operator, and zero humanity behind the screen. This is what experts call consensus engineering, the art of creating the illusion that the majority thinks or feels exactly what you want them to think. An algorithm that influences, polarizes, and silently dominates our social interactions. And yet, everything appears natural. Everything seems spontaneous, but nothing is real. Ghost networks and consensus engineering aren't theoretical concepts. They are here. They are already shaping how we perceive the world, often before we even realize we're being influenced. For investors, for executives, for any organization exposed to public scrutiny, this new internet has become an information minefield. Reputation is no longer a stable asset. It's fragile, volatile, permanently exposed. It can be built slowly or destroyed overnight, not by verified facts, not by solid investigations, but by artificial narratives, amplified at scale by thousands of digital ghosts. A well-placed rumor, a fake consensus in comment sections, articles repeated, quoted, shared, without being read. A perfectly synchronized wave of outrage, and suddenly everything accelerates. Markets react before understanding. Investors panic before analyzing. Partners withdraw as a precaution. Boards convene in emergency sessions. Decisions are made before truth has time to emerge. In this environment, truth is no longer a starting point. It's no longer a foundation. It has become a rare luxury, often unavailable when it's most needed. Ghost networks don't always aim to persuade. They aim to destabilize, to inject doubt, to saturate the information space until no one knows what to believe. Because in doubt, markets fall, in fear, decisions accelerate, and in chaos, those who control the narrative gain the advantage. Financial markets are especially vulnerable because they rely on three pillars: trust, perception, and speed. Three variables these networks manipulate with surgical precision. A company can lose billions in market value not because of performance, not because of strategy, but because of an artificial narrative gone viral. An executive can see credibility collapse without ever committing the alleged mistake. This is no longer crisis communication. It's no longer classic disinformation. This is information warfare. A silent, permanent war where some actors command invisible armies capable of influencing public opinion, media narratives, analysts, and markets, while others still believe they're playing by the old rules. In this new paradigm, asymmetry is no longer just economic or technological, it's informational. Those who control perception control value. Those who don't become exposed. And those who fail to understand this reality don't just lose influence, they lose control. At this point, the real question is no longer, what are you seeing? The real question is, who is showing it to you, and why? In a world where information is simulated, amplified, and engineered, remaining passive is no longer an option. Ghost networks don't target the naive. They target those who still believe they're seeing reality as it is. Understanding these mechanisms is no longer an advantage, it's a strategic necessity. Because in this new era, those who control perception control decisions, and those who simply consume information become receptacles, not players. To navigate this invisible reality, to read between the lines, to anticipate instead of react, join Vanguard Strategy Group. Don't be a spectator, don't be a target. Be a strategist.